Welcome, everyone, to Equity Breakdown. Our mission here is pretty simple. We want to break down disruptive companies across the world. So let's get into this. The AI revolution is evolving, and by 2030, it's projected to deliver more than 15 trillion to the world economy. So curiosity kicks in, and you ask yourself, what will it take to be an agent of change in this revolution? The answer: fearless vision, a lot of capital, a lot of talent, a lot of data, and the ability to produce golden eggs. That's right. Today, we're going to break down the SoftBank Vision Fund, the largest tech fund in the world. Now, the inception of the fund begins with the samurai grit, discipline, vision, and fearlessness of Japanese billionaire Masayoshi Son, founder and CEO of SoftBank Group. Now, SoftBank is actually built on the spirit of the Kaientai, a company led by Japan's Renaissance man and samurai Sakamoto Ryomo. The Kaientai actually had a 100-year vision for the future of Japan, and they literally sacrificed their lives to transform Japan into a modern and prosperous state. Now, I want you to take that spirit and fast forward 145 years later. Well, you get the SoftBank Group, which today stands among giants as the world's third most profitable company in the world, delivering 45.8 billion in net profits. Now, this success is actually shaped by a consistent vision built on the spirit of innovation. Masa Son is fundamentally convinced that an AI revolution is exponentially evolving and will consume every industry in the world. Now, this ultimate conviction and thesis spawns the birth of the Vision Fund, which amassed 100 billion in under 8 months. I'll repeat, 100 billion in under 8 months by May of 2017. Now, to understand the feat of this achievement, well, you must observe the Jedi powers of Masa and Rajiv Misra, CEO of SoftBank Vision Fund, which during the fundraising process, guys, for the Vision Fund 1, they raised 45 billion in 45 minutes. To put that in perspective, that's 1 billion per minute. Now, I know to make this happen, you truly must have the force within you. So the SoftBank Vision Funds have tapped the power of financial markets, and they've actually rattled the VC world. And as we all know, when disruptors arrive, you either must evolve and compete, or you end up losing out. So let's break down some critical facts here about the SoftBank Vision Fund and what they stand for. So the goal of the Vision Funds are to accelerate the AI revolution with 130 billion in businesses and technologies to make it possible. Now, the Vision Funds, they have a strong, unmatched global presence. They are invested across the globe, which is unlike any other fund out there. And on top of that, when it comes to industries, they're agnostic. As long as the company has an AI-centric business model at the center, they will be there to offer opportunity. So what's the market value of the total Vision Fund, and where does it sit in the SoftBank family? Well, the SoftBank Group's net asset value is 236 billion, with the Vision Funds actually contributing about 25%. Masa expects the Vision Funds to be the largest contributors soon, and collectively, both of the funds have a fair value of 154 billion. Now, the Vision Fund seems to be building the framework for the Berkshire Hathaway of the future. Currently, the portfolio is composed of 187 companies between both of the funds. Now, that is a very unique ecosystem that has been constructed. And when it comes to the stage of investing and the average size of investments, well, the Vision Fund focuses on late stage investments. The goal here is to find market leaders with strong unit economics and a clear path to profitability. And when it comes to the average investment size, well, for the Vision Fund 1, it's been between 300 400 million. And for Vision Fund 2, it's been about 190 million. Who needs SPACs, guys, when you have the Vision Fund there to provide the growth that's needed? Now, on the level of ownership, well, the sizable investments translate to about a 20 to 40% stake in the company. And the unique part about this is the founder is in full control of running his or her business. The SoftBank Vision Fund isn't interested in becoming the next PE firm out there to essentially take control. They want you to have the opportunity to build your own business, and they will be there as a partner to help you accelerate the growth. Now, when it comes to the duration of the fund, well, the Vision Fund 1 is between 12 to 14 years. Simply put, they're here for the long-term game. Now, to really build a business, you need a great founder and a lot of other great factors. However, to build a 300-year technological empire, well, you need an ecosystem that collects a basket of strategic resources to execute a consistent vision. So, what are these competitive edges that SoftBank Vision Fund has? You have an ecosystem, global scalability, special knowledge, specifically their access to the financial markets, as well as the power of data. So, with these strengths, the SoftBank Vision Fund is uniquely positioned and they have a very unique process. Moss and the team want to build a cluster, call it a flock of birds, for all the number one AI strategy companies. The core thesis is identifying companies that deploy artificial intelligence and machine learning. And together as a group, they will deliver the value that society expects in the future. Now, to date, the funds have actually delivered some pretty strong results. As of the full fiscal year in 2020, the funds proceeded and produced 62 billion of gains and distributed to investors 22 billion, netting about 40 billion in realized and unrealized gains. Now, between both of the funds, that translates to a 43% net equity internal rate of return. So the SoftBank Vision Fund's goals can be summarized into one movement: the AI revolution. Their alpha, it's an ecosystem, and that's constantly being built and evolving. The 224 companies across all of their portfolios will produce a substantial financial and social impact on humanity. The formula is clear: identify companies utilizing AI, be fearless, deploy strong financial market skills, and ultimately build an ecosystems. And as a result of that, well, you get the golden eggs. So there are 1,000 unicorns around the world focusing on AI and research, and each represents an opportunity to realize the Vision Fund's dream. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. On to the next.